Hello everyone, welcome back to the English class. This is module number 2. In this module, we'll be discussing the summary and major events in the play, the Browning version. Let us begin. In your textbook, you have been asked to infer the meanings of certain words. So, please take a note of all these words. We shall look at the first part of the story. The play presents a conversation between a lower 5th grade student named Tableau and Mr. Frank, a teacher. The scene of the play is set in a school. So the play opens with a 16-year-old boy Tableau who has come to do extra work for his teacher Crocker Harris. So he is waiting for his teacher who has not yet arrived. But instead of Crocker Harris, another teacher, Frank, arrives there and they are getting into a conversation. So here I have provided you with a gist of the scene. So Tableau is the student who is waiting for his teacher. He is 16 years old and he was waiting for Mr. Crocker Harris. Crocker Harris had promised that he would reach there by 6:30, but he has not yet reached there. Instead of him, it is Mr. Frank who arrives there and they are having a conversation. Their conversation provides an insight into the mind of Tableau. Tableau lets Frank know how much he dislikes the play Agamemnon. Agamemnon is a book that Tableau had with him, and Tableau says that he is more interested in science. Tableau admits that though the play is not that bad, the way it is taught is terrible. He says that it has got a lot of Greek words in it. So these are the discussions that they have. They speak about science and Tableau speaks about the book Agamemnon that he has. After that, Tableau is speaking about Mr. Crocker Harris for whom he is waiting there. Let us see what it is. Crocker Harris is a different kind of teacher according to Tableau. He is said to be too strict and hardly human. Unlike other teachers, he does not tell his students their result before the judgment day. The word remove here means promotion to the next grade. So Tableau had asked Harris about his promotion and in response, Harris told him that he has given Tableau exactly what he deserves. No less and certainly no more. And after hearing this, Frank actually admits envying Mr. Harris for the effect he has on his students. So he is jealous towards Crocker Harris. So he asks Tableau if Mr. Harris beats them. However, Tableau tells Frank that unlike one or two of the other teachers, Mr. Harris is not a sadist. So he is not the sort of person who would beat students and vent his frustration. Tableau says that he is hard like a nut. So he is heartless. So he possesses no feelings at all. So in order to be a sadist, the person must be having some kind of hatred in his mind. But this person, Crocker Harris, is devoid of any kind of feelings. He is never having love, neither hatred. Moving on. Tableau admits that in spite of all this, he still likes Crocker Harris. The boy narrates an incident when he laughed at a classical joke cracked by Crocker Harris, though he had not understood it. So Tableau laughed because Tableau wanted to be polite to him. Harris did not like that and asked him to explain the joke to the whole class, which he could not. So even after Tableau being sympathetic to the teacher that was so strict and he never showed any kind of love towards the students. It is during this conversation that Millie Crocker Harris arrives into the scene. Millie Crocker is the wife of Mr. Crocker Harris. She is said to be young, smartly dressed, and she was wearing a cap. She was also carrying a shopping basket. And let us see what happens. So she greets Mr. Frank, who is a colleague of Crocker Harris, and she asks Tableau to run away for a quarter of an hour and come back later. She advises him to leave as Harris has been at Barsas and may take quite a time to get back. So, the behavior and attitude of Mrs. Millie Crocker Harris baffles Taplow. Taplow, even after being allowed to go from that place, is not willing to leave, for it has been the order of his teacher, whom he fears to disobey. So Millie assures him that she will take the blame on herself, proposing an excuse for his absence. She hands Taplow a prescription asking him to take it to a chemist and get it made up for Harris. Convinced, Taplow accepts the proposal and leaves Frank and Mrs. Crocker Harris behind. So this is how this play ends. So Taplow finally agrees to go from there as Millie agrees to take the blame if Mr. Crocker arrives. So that's how the play ends when Taplow is leaving the place. I hope the ending is clear. We'll discuss further in the next session. Thank you all.